Pasco.
We're resident of Pasco. We came over to Fiesta Foods last night about 5:10, 5:15, and I noticed the cop was struggling with the guy over here in the parking lot, over here in the garage parking lot right here. And the guy was really getting the upper hand on the officer. It was just a one-on-one thing. So my wife's like, maybe you should go help. So I pull over, I get out, and I come over here. I was getting ready to cross the street, maybe see if I can help somehow. But by that time, more officers had showed up, so I backed off, just kind of watched. By that time, when the one officer tased him once, and then missed him, one barb hit here, and the other barb, you can see he went past his shirt. So it didn't even hit him. Of course, it's not going to phase him. It's not going to go down. It didn't get right. He didn't try again with another taser.
Did any of the other officers try it?
Nobody else tried to taser him. Nobody tasered him but the one officer. By the time everybody else showed up, it was pistols out. They were straight to guns. They didn't have mace out. They didn't have their tasers out. And this bullshit that the fucking captain is saying that he threw multiple rocks at him and hit him, that's a bullshit lie, and I'll say it to the man's face. He threw one rock at him. He bent down, picked up two good-sized rocks. He threw one. It completely missed the officers. And by that time, they started trying to chase him down and kick at him. He ran over here, got halfway through the intersection, turned around again on the officers. He wasn't going to charge them. Just kind of turned around like, are they following me? Are they going to jump on me? What? So they shoot him 5 times right here. And we're talking full traffic, 5:30. This is the busiest part. Yeah. From what I've seen, a couple hit him for sure, because the way he hit him in the shoulder, you can see it just kind of nudged like that. He took off running again because more officers were coming from that way. So he hit the corner and took off that way. And by that time, the officer's like, get down. And he turned around again. He wanted to hit him with the rock. Kind of thought maybe he thought about it. He didn't do it. He thought about it. And then by that time, the officer's like, put the rock down and we're going to shoot. He puts the rock down like that, and as his arm gets his hip, they shoot him 8 more times. That was a cold-blooded killer move, and I'll go to court to testify against that. They left his body there all night, and then after they killed him, they felt his pulse. After knowing he was already dead, there's no heartbeat, they still handcuffed him and left him there like a dog. That's not right. The officers here were wrong. The captain was a liar, and I will fight that in court until the day I die. And they can't hold me down. They can't keep me quiet. It's wrong, and this is wrong.
They could a liar as far as saying that he was tased.
They're lying. They tased him one time, and it missed him.
They didn't tase him multiple times.
They didn't tase him multiple times. No other officers came out with no tasers. They came out, as soon as they jumped out their car, they had pistols in hand. They are lying, saying that they pulled out their tasers. They're lying. Watch the video. Do you see anybody else with a taser? I see all black handguns in every officer's hand that was chasing him down. There was no tasers. There was no mace. There was no billy clubs. It was pistols. They knew what they wanted to do from the get-go. They wanted to shoot this guy. Let's be real. If they wanted to take this guy down any other way, there would have been another option in their hand. But they didn't. They jumped out the car with pistols in their hand.
The fact that there was one guy and how many officers?
There was one guy and one officer in the beginning, but by the time they shot him, there was 3 more here, so a total of 4. And by the time they crossed the street, there was about 2 more officers were pulling up. They stood 3 wide, shoulder to shoulder, the cops did, and that's when they opened fire on him.
And what happened when you tried to tell your story?
When they saw it?
No, when you tried to tell your story to
When I tried to tell my story last night, I kept telling them I'm a witness here. And they kept telling me if I didn't go home that they're going to put me in jail. Repeatedly, over 20 times, threatened to put me in jail if I didn't be quiet and go home. But I was boisterous. It was wrong what they did, and I'm not.
Did they tell you why they were planning on arresting you if you didn't leave?
They wouldn't give me an explanation. They said I'm causing a scene, and
because you keep yelling.
I keep yelling. I was telling you what you did was wrong. If I see something wrong, I'm going to point that out.
And when you were yelling, were you on private property?
I was on private property on Fiesta Foods property, and I wasn't the only one to see it. This is 5:30 in the afternoon at 10th and Lewis. If you know anything about 10th and Lewis at 5:30, you know it's packed right here. This is like one of the busiest parts in the whole Tri-Cities, well, Pasco for sure, 5:30.
What do you think of the fact that they completely disregarded all other people around and businesses and cars?
The fact that they disregarded that there were so many people here to go to pistols and shoot them in the intersection, feet from the hoods of cars.
Honey, if you take
a window behind him, there's a bakery right there with a window.
Two businesses that are open for business.
Show them the bullet holes in the building.
They can go to that. But he was across the street, and you can see a window right there. There was people inside that bakery watching the action. That could have easily missed.
Did it appear like a life-threatening situation?
No, not at all. The guy was running away. Every time they shot him, he was going away from them, trying to get away. He wasn't charging them. He wasn't doing nothing but trying to get away. Yes, he was fighting with them a little bit. Should he have done that? No, absolutely not. But you know what? It didn't deserve death. death penalty is decided by judges, not police.
Has the police department contacted you afterwards?
The Pasco Police Department has refused to talk to me. The only ones that have talked to me is the Richland Police Department.
They haven't even contacted you for a statement.
The Richland Police Department got a hold of me for one statement and one statement only. That's the only time they've talked to me. And as far as I know, I don't think Richland's supposed to be investigating their neighbors.
Well,
that's their brothers.
as a matter of fact, Kennewick is investigating as well.
Okay, then if Kennewick is investigating well, why hasn't any other investigator come to take my story? Why has no one else tried to contact me? Why are they sending people to my door saying I'm a bad parent?
Tell us about that.
Today, I get home from I went to City Hall to help, trying to get some answers from the captain. By the time I get home, I had CPS at my freaking door saying that I'm a bad parent because I had my kids out here. I was going to the store. How was I going to know the police department was going to shoot somebody? Was I just to expect the police to shoot somebody? So I bet, there's some action with the cops. I better hide the kids.
I don't think it was that. I think it was because we went to City Hall today because we only had Caitlin and Brendan with us, not Lizzie. And then CPS comes to the door and wants to keep just the two that were
I'm very
So
voicious
you
about their
feel
wrongdoing.
like that was retaliation?
Absolutely.
Then,
yeah.
about you witnessing?
And of course the CPS will refuse to tell me who it is that made
They
the
won't
phone
even
call.
tell us why they were there. This
They
is
just
just
said
our
that
guessing.
I was.
They won't tell you who initiated
They
the
won't
complaint.
tell me any of that.
They won't even tell us why they were called to us. They won't even tell us
Kennewick
why.
didn't call me. No, that was another guy. But the Richland Police Department, they're the ones that actually talked to me. They talked to me last night.